I hear over and over again that quite often you guys you get into this job because you want to be helping people. And we all do. I'm the same personality. Anybody needs anything. And like my husband and I, our first initial instinct for absolutely everything is to offer our help, offer our services. Even when somebody isn't even asking for help, we will see that they need something or see that they're struggling with something, and we do it with our neighbors, we do it with our friends, we do it at work, we do it all over the place. I am the first person to stop what I'm doing, no matter how priority it is, in order to help somebody else. It's just what we do. It's our nature. But the thing is that it comes at a cost. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today is we often are the glue. We're the ones that everybody comes to. When there's overtime, who's the first person that they call to do the overtime or ask, like, hey, can you pick up the shift? Can you help? They're going to ask the people that say yes. Um, Everyone's going to be coming to you when they need something, especially like how many do you know where you're the one that is always helping all of your friends move or helping them in certain situations when everybody else is usually busy and doing other things? You push things aside, make room, make time, and you're there to help out. And I heard a story this morning which was really interesting. um, it was these guys working on a construction site, and this one guy would always open his lunch and be like, oh, crap, like another peanut butter and jam sandwich. And he would do this every day. He'd be complaining about this sandwich that he would have. But, and so finally, one day, one of the guys was like, crap, like, just get your spouse to make you something else. And he looked at them and he goes, I don't have a spouse. I'm single. I make my own sandwich. And so this guy, for this entire time, has been bitching and complaining every single time about the sandwich that's being made when he's doing it himself. And if we take a step back and we look at it as far as our lives go, we're doing the same thing. We don't have time. We have no time with our family. We're not there for them. Um, we aren't, we're so exhausted. We don't have time to sleep because we don't have time. But then if we really break it apart, like I'll talk to some of you guys, and I just want you to know there's no judgment here because I've 100% been in your shoes. So I'm not, there's no judgment in this. But I would also be the one that would be taking all the overtime shifts, even though I'm thoroughly exhausted. I'm having, health issues. My kids aren't able, my kids, they'll be fine. They're okay. I need to be on the road in order to, help your colleagues. Or the other situation as well, I see quite often where there's a lot of volunteering and things going on outside of your shifts. So there's overtime, there's a lot of volunteering, and then you're absolutely exhausted. So I want you to kind of think of it too as a bike wheel, as a spoke. Are you the one that is putting all these spokes? Are you in the middle of that wheel? And are you taking in as every single spoke a responsibility that you have taken upon yourself to become your job? Are you that glue that is holding that wheel together? Because if that is, then it is possible that what's happening is you're pushing your body to an extreme. You're pushing your body to a point where on top of your job already has crazy stressors that are out of your control. But when you're adding all of these other things, all of these other responsibilities that other people are able to take on and are able to do, one, we're not empowering them. So then they start relying on us more, but it also takes away from our health. So I'd like you to just to sit back right now and think about a lot of the things that you are doing, things you're doing for others. And I want you to think about what is the cost to your health. Because some of you right now can make some choices that will instantly start helping your health. Others, maybe at a point we find 10, 15 years into the job is where your stress system starts really getting hit to where you need more support and more help beyond just taking things off of your plate stress wise. And then beyond that, you get 15, 20 years in, plus of that retirement. So many people, when they retire, feel that their stress system is just going to reset itself. When you go back to days not having to think about the job, and just going into regular civilian life, quite often most people think, okay, that's when my gut's just going to heal. That's when my sleep will just instantly go back. I'll be sleeping through the night. I'll be able to fall asleep. My brain will shut off. I'll wake up with energy. I'll become calmer. And the reality is that the longer that you go through this, the more you need to actually give your system support. Think of it like a car battery. So your car battery is dying, right? You can then go and put premium gas in it. You can add some of those boosters and everything in your gas. Don't laugh at me if I make a little bit of mistakes in my car analogy here. But you put those boosters in as well. That's pretty much like adding a workout and a really good, like healthy food into a gas tank. But your battery is dying, and the you have parts, your alternator maybe is dying on you, or it needs to be repaired or upgraded. You may have your timing belt is fraying. It could be that the you need more oil and lube on the joints. You need different things in your engine. Your engine needs to be maintained. That it doesn't matter if you start now putting in that premium gas, putting in that your workouts, your boosters in there, if the engine needs repair, right? So if you are early enough to catch this, where you are starting to say no to things because your body needs to rest and repair, saying no to things so that you then have the time or the finances to then start repairing your body. Because if you catch a fault in your engine sooner than later, it costs you less to repair it. It takes less time for the mechanic to repair it, and it costs you less in the end. And the longer that you wait in order to repair what is going on in your engine, then it's going to start costing you more. It's going to take more time because you have a lot more to repair, and it's going to take more money. So I'll give you an example even from the program. So the program is set up as 12 months, and it is set up so that we first boost your battery to give you that motivation and drive to get the engine running again, your stress system running. We do that in the beginning. But if we don't then start getting under the hood and fixing things under your hood, that boost, the battery's just going to die again. And we don't start putting in premium gas and fixing those things until we have the engine fixed a little bit. Now, when you get a couple of months into the program, 2, 3, 4 months, we start digging into some gut stuff. And I'm going to tell you that it depends on where your gut is. We have the program designed where there are some things that start healing your gut, supporting it, and doing things, and that may be all that some of you need. But some of you may be having other symptoms. And there's 2 other tests that we get. For the first one that we get you guys to do is in Canadian dollars, like $220 to do this test. And then it takes, depending on the results that comes back with what type of gut issue is going on, you have to then spend money on supplements. And if you have what was my case, I had all of the issues that test tests. So I had to buy all of the different supplements and all of the different things and take all the different time to be fixing that problem. And because of how bad the problem is, it took longer. And then for me, it didn't fix every single problem. It got to a point that I then had to do the next test, which in Canadian dollars is like 600, 650 US. I think it's like 400 or $400. And then I need to get on more supplements to be fixing that, because I was at a really far end of burnout when I got into this. So if we think of it like your engine, it's pretty much like my engine needed complete overhaul of everything that had to happen. So we had to pretty much replace parts, oil and lube things. So we had to be like getting different testing done, all of these diagnostic tests that you'd be getting on your engine that cost money. It took a lot more time to heal it as well. So you're dealing with specialists longer, all of these different things. So the longer that you go with with repairing, getting in there and making the time and and that is needed in order to heal what is going on in your engine, to fix your stress system so that you can get your sleep back, get your calm mood back again, get energy and motivation and drive, healing that gut to get the serotonin going again. Your gut is responsible for 90% of your serotonin production. 90. So if you are depressed and have anxiety, or one or the other, the odds are your gut is not producing serotonin, and the prescriptions that your doctors give you are anti or serotonin upregulators. So that means that it is giving you a synthetic serotonin because your gut's not producing it. So we have to go in and fix all of these things in your whole system, in your engine, in order to get your stress system back on track so that you can then start putting the premium gas in, your healthy nutrition and your booster packs of your workouts, and then they will continue to keep the engine going. But you still need to do regular maintenance checks on the engine. So going and doing that nutrition and exercise is only going to is only going to do so much if you're never doing regular maintenance on your engine. So learning how to first fix your engine and then maintain your engine while you then start doing the exercise and nutrition that everyone claims is what will stop your battery from dying again, is what will keep you going. But in order to do that, you also have to make some other changes, which we talked about at the start of this. And that is, if you're going to continue going in that hamster wheel of doing the same things, being the glue for everybody all of the time, you're first off not empowering your kids, your spouse, your friends, your family, your colleagues to also be taking ownership and a part of all of that, and you being a strong force as a team to do everything together. If you're putting all of that on yourself, what is that costing you? So there are some changes that need to be made. And that choice is absolutely yours as to what changes you want to make. But it's really important for you to know that if you're going to keep making the same sandwich every single day, you're going to keep getting the same results, and you're going to keep thinking the same thing over. So if you're thinking to yourself, I'm absolutely exhausted, I'm always running on empty, I'm not giving to my family what I want to be giving to them, I'm not giving to my work what I want to be giving to them, then something needs to change, and that's where it's time to really start looking at what it needs to change. I'll let you know that some do, that we can get it so that you can continue in this career that you absolutely love. But with the climate that is changing, there are options as well, that once you're better, that you have options that you can do outside of being a first responder. So there's lots of options for you, but you can't make any of those choices until your system is on track. You can't make those choices until your engine is running full, your stress system is thriving and able to really push your body to extremes, and you're able to get everything done in your day and in your life that you want to do. And that is where we need to get you first before you can start making all those other decisions. All right. Post any questions you have in the comments. Let me know how much you guys have on your plate. What are you doing? What one thing could you possibly change, either give to somebody else or hand off to somebody else, so that you can then either have some more bandwidth and time for yourself or start making some changes for your health?